Hey, you need some more aids? Hey guys, welcome to episode number 6 of how to build modular walls. In this kind of series that we're doing, we're building a booth for Brainchow Studios for the 2014 Transworld show. So most of you that have been following us, we have been waiting on wallpaper to finish the booth. We finally got that in. We're going to be putting that up tonight. That means we'll be able to finish mudding that. We might start mudding the ceiling, and we'll be putting the trim on and all that. Hopefully we'll get to all that stuff, but the big thing we're doing tonight is we're doing the chimney. We're going to start putting the foam on, and we're going to do individual blocks, so this should be fun. So I got here earlier than everybody else because I needed to paint a mask in a chest piece. I'm waiting on that to dry, so I went ahead and got started on the chimney. What I'm doing, if you see, is I've made the lines for where the brick's going to go, and then there's where the grout's going to be. So basically I'm giving about a ½ inch on that. It'll probably be maybe a little bit wider once we start heating everything down and all that. But as you can see, I started where that way the bricks are, you know, somewhat in time used to look like, you know, they were done right. So that's what I'm going to do until the guys get here. All right, guys, we are finishing the wallpaper, and I am mudding the ceiling right now. I just kind of wanted to let you see what it is you want to get rid of the hard edge. See that hard edge right there? You want to get rid of it. You do not have to mud the ceiling as much as you would like the walls over here, being that you want to show more slats than anything, and plus it's a lot farther away from the person's eye. So all you want to do is just make sure you want not to have a hard edge. Even here where there's no slats, I went ahead and mudded the edge to show that, you know. Also too, just kind of a little quick tip, I got mud on the slats, that way there's not such a contrast, that way it still looks like there's plaster still attached to the slats. Jeff! What are you doing? Puttying. But you know, we pretty much got almost everything done as far as the wallpaper, the ceiling, mudding, and now we're starting on the fireplace. They started cutting, and we're cutting them into 3-inch strips here. By the way, this is 1-inch foam. Alright guys, we have cut them, each individual one here, into, it's a 3-inch by 8-inch piece, each one of them. So there is our bricks. And what I'm going to do is, for the edging, I got to cut 4-inch bricks. Okay, so it's day 2. We got the chimney done. We had to let it dry. Here it is. Chimney in the fireplace. Steve Square and Gage are working on the bottom portion here. So in the next step, we are going to be using 3 items here. That's all you need. Of course, we got the knife here from Hot Wire Foam Factory, and heat gun, and water, and a spray bottle. This is all you need for what we're about to do. So the first thing you want to do on these bricks is you want to go ahead and see how there's a nice hard edge. Well, of course, we're doing a deteriorating scene, so we do not want to have these nice perfect edges on the brick. We want them to kind of round them off. That's where this electronic hot knife from Hot Wire Foam Factory comes in. And what we're going to do is basically pull the trigger, heat it up, and we're just going to smooth these edges, kind of round them off. Just like so. Okay, so now we're done with the edging here, just making them, we're not so hard. And I don't know how well you guys can see this. So the next step will be taking your hot knife and basically just making little broken away indentions.
Wait, the camera's on. Edward, come running.
You just make it look. You can do anything really. You can do a little bit, you can do a lot. Now, of course, this is just the second step of what we're doing. So I'm done with the hot knife. I've went ahead and made the little indentions and cuts and all that to give it some wear. So kind of final step as far as the foam. I got my water bottle here. You'll go ahead and spray on there to get it nice and wet. However, all these beads, you don't want them on there. You want it to be wet, but you don't want the beads to be on there. Now, after you do that, take your heat gun, put it on low, and there we go. Now, as I said, this is I'm giving a lot of depth into the bricks because we're going to go back and coat them, and that coating will make these lines out a little bit smoother than what it is now. So you want to always go a little bit in more than what we're doing. That didn't. Let me do a better one here. There we go. Now another good thing that we did is when we did these edges, we went ahead and heated them so they're going to stay. So whenever you do hit it with the heat gun, you don't really, when you hit it, the foam will retract, and with us doing the edges, we won't have that happening unless we actually hit it over the edge, and all, because we want to go ahead and keep the brick thing, the size and all that. We don't want it retracting too much except for where we wanted them to. Okay guys, so this is right after what we did with the water and the heat gun, which brought a lot of texture out. As I was saying before, we went a little bit more than what we'd normally do, but that's because we're spraying it afterwards, and which will smooth most of this stuff out but still make it look like it does now. Alright, we are done with the edging, and then of course doing the little divots here and there and just make it look a little bit more worn. Then the water and the heat to give it the texture, and now we're doing the grout or mortar or whatever you want to call it. And then what we're using is we're using caulk. Let me get you something here. It's just the cheapest stuff we could find. All we're using it is as filler. I guess we get it in there, and then of course once that's done, then you just take your finger and you smooth it out. Back up. There you go. Alright guys, we're pretty much ready to spray it down next Friday. We got it everything done.
Thank you for watching A Haunter's Life. We had a really great night tonight. Make sure you subscribe because we're going to be doing a lot more work on this here over the next couple of weeks. So subscribe!